Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Sure appreciate you guys being patient. How y'all doing this evening? I'm very excited. We have JJ for a guest. Hi, JJ. So nice to have you. Thank you for being here. Sure appreciate it.
Me, happy to be here.
We are happy to have you. Guys, what's good? My co-host, how we feeling?
How you doing, Will? You were talking about some pretty controversial stuff before the show.
I'm ready to go.
Okay, yeah, great. Yeah, I'm.
And I was not.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Don't you shake your fucking head at me.
Disappointed in you.
Oh no.
I blame Derek,
Anyway.
honestly.
What did I do?
You're egging me on.
Oh, that's why. Okay, hold on.
Like I said, I'm ready. I'm ready,
Yeah,
to,
I'm ready to
get
go.
it going.
All right. Well, fair enough. Okay. Are we ready for prompts? Is that what you're saying? You ready? You're that ready? You're ripping and ready to go?
Hey, you're in
Yeah,
one
yeah.
ripping, man.
Yes and yes.
All right. Well, let's do this then. JJ, I believe that you mentioned wanting to talk about technology this session, right?
Yeah,
Could
I
you...
thought that would be
Yeah.
really cool to talk about.
Awesome. Could you walk me through the thought process? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Fred.
No, I was saying I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was just going to ask, could you walk me through the thought process of like why that was the topic that you picked? I'm curious.
Really quick, if I may. I can barely hear you. I just have continuously quiet.
For me?
You can right click on
I don't
that. You can right click on the little music bot and then just like drag the volume slider down.
JJ don't know how technology works.
I'll type that into the Discord for you.
Okay. I was like, oh, that's me. That's me. Hold on.
I'm pulled the Twitch chat.
Here you go. Okay, it has been typed. The words have been delivered.
I literally have mine on 1%, so
It's not about 10 for me.
Ah.
Got it around like 50 for me in chat.
Oh my god, thank you. That's 1,000 times better. Now I can hear you guys.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. What?
I was like at 100%. I was like, oh god. Okay.
Oh, Red, 6 months. Thank you for the resub, dude. So much love, dude. Oh my goodness.
Well, Derek, here's what I'm gonna say. Here's to another 6 months, or if I end up in a ditch first.
Oh, I hope you don't end up in a ditch first. I need that fucking sub. I'm just kidding.
I need your money. Hey, could you at least like
I
leave
just
it
need
on
the
recurring
sub.
payments if you
He
die?
just
Yeah,
needs the
thanks.
sub.
Yeah.
Should pay that in advance. You're gonna want to like a year out, tier 2, maybe tier 3. You know. Just kidding.
Just make sure you have it like reoccurring. Like even after you die, you're still paying me. Kind of like Elvis.
Oh,
was
all
gonna-
right.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the export of the show.
Will, if you would be so kind.
sure. Stop. Stop it.
All
I
right.
feel like you're
Will.
projecting at me.
You got Major Arcana
Let's go. Give me the
Number
good stuff.
1. El Bagato, but that is in Italian, I believe.
can't
We don't
read.
need Italian because I don't know Italian. We need English because I am an uneducated American. The Magician.
Good one.
Ooh.
That's definitely a good one for technology.
Oh yeah. Initiative, spiritual presence, ability and shrewdness, will and free thinking, the beginning of undertakings, brilliant ideas.
Will, we got you in there.
Yeah,
We got
for
you in
real.
there.
Hell yeah.
You're fucking not, dude. You're trapped in the tarot cards.
I'm in there.
Oh, he in there.
I'm in there.
Let me, put up the writing screen so that we can all see. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay,
Yeah.
Red.
Yeah. Stop it right now. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You got another major arcana.
Let's go.
This one is not a good one.
Oh, good.
It is upside down, though. Judgment.
Oh, Judgment. Oh, I like Judgment. Okay. Judgment's a good one in my mind.
Test. Fulfillment. Consequences. News. Announcement. Desired transformation. Culminating moment. Moral awakening. Searching of one's conscience.
Okay. Read that to me one more time. I'm gonna pen that down.
No problem. Test. Fulfillment. Consequences. News. Announcement. Desired transformation. Culminating moment. Moral awakening. The searching of one's conscience.
It's a long one. Good lord.
Yeah, it's major arcana. All the major arcana ones are long. JJ, you ready to see if you can continue that train?
Oh, there she goes.
Oh,
Oh, we lost her. Uh-oh.
Ripped
no.
a homie.
Ripped a homie. Well,
She
I will
back?
show. Oh, is she back?
I think so.
Wait.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
no.
hello?
Can you guys hear me?
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. My shit crashed. Hold on.
Oh,
You are
no
good.
problem.
You guys were talking and all of a sudden it ended. I was like, no. This is all bad. Okay, there we go.
All right. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's do it.
All right. I'm gonna have to recopy your link real quick and repaste the cam, and we should be good. Okay. So your card.
And stop.
Okay. Hammer time. You continue on the trend, JJ, of Major Arcana.
Ooh.
Spooky.
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 Bird.
Skeletons.
Skellington.
I'm scary.
Very scary.
The Fool.
God damn it. No!
I don't even have to make fun of you for
It
that
is
one. It speaks
inverted,
for
though.
itself.
It is inverted, however.
Oh, so that must be good.
Yeah. Craziness, unique perception, unconventionality. Is that unconventionality? Okay, I don't really think that's a word. Unconventionality, carefreeness, illogicalness, confusion, joy and celebration, travel, alienation, and diversity. If that's not the perfect card for the fucking Phoenix Clan, though.
I feel so attacked. It's like so
Sorry.
fitting. It's so fitting. So we're Gucci. It's all good. It's all good.
All right, let's see. Where do I get? Do I get probably just like a fucking 2 of chalices or something? Probably.
I'd love to see you get 2 of cups.
I probably will. The Knight of Swords.
Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, Knave
Okay.
of Swords, excuse me. The Knave of Swords. That is going to be right over here. The Squire, authority, attention, circumspection, and responsibility.
Hit me with that one more time.
No problem. The Squire, authority,
Yep.
attention, circumspection, responsibility. And bonus card for lightning round. That should have been my major arcana. I almost pulled from the bottom. I almost did it, but I didn't. Oops. What did I do?
What have you done?
I just accidentally pressed something on my stream deck. Fixed it. So the bonus round is number 8. Strength. Courage. Energy. Power. Morality and integrity. Triumph of intelligence. Over brutal force. Defending of just causes. Idealism. The defeat of evil. Cool.
Very nice.
Doom guy. Doom guy the card.
Rip and tear until it is done.
Well, super exciting. I believe that in the spirit of tradition, Will starts us off typically, right?
Yeah. Since my peoples, where their giant city was to the north, so it got cold there a lot, enough that they definitely would have figured out some kind of steam poweredness, like not in the conventional use that we would do, like, you know, steam powered boats and like things like that are steam powered engines, but more just like they can move things with steam. So they figured out these little kind of inventions that just make their life a little bit easier. So that's going to be their level of technology. You know, steam wheels.
The Romans, the Romans actually had a very rudimentary form of steam power.
Yeah.
Like they were this close to an industrial revolution.
I teach about that. It's called the Aeolipoli.
Yeah.
It's a mouthful.
Did you think?
The Aeolipoli.
Have you ever taught your kids about the earthquake machine?
No.
I'll let Will finish his thought. No, come back to
I was pretty much done. That's what I think I'm going to work on. I think I might come up with something just like as an example, as like a deeper example. But yeah.
Okay. Well, earthquake machine. This guy got really pissed off at his neighbor. So he got this idea to like get a bunch of like cauldrons and boil water in them. And then he made these really long tubes and like sealed them off at the top with like animal hide. So it had no, like the steam had nowhere to escape to. And he had like 20 of these cauldrons in his like flat, as we call them now. And he lit all of them at once because his neighbor kept having parties, and it was the rumble was so incredible that the people living in that area thought that there was an earthquake happening.
Jesus Christ, where did all the gas go?
It didn't. It got stuck in those tubes and started rumbling and destroying shit.
Fuck.
Man, the Romans are petty as fuck. They literally invented lasers.
So petty, that's what I was gonna say. That is so petty.
I mean, you've heard about like, was that Archimedes' design for that laser?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's like very few like actual explanations of its existence, since we're talking tech. There's like this lens thing that they built, like this giant lens thing, and it was like the same way that like kids would take like a magnifying glass to an ant, like, but they did that and they would aim it at other like enemy sails to like burn them,
Like light them on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
We don't really have a lot of proof that they were ever used, but there's a lot of schematics that they were an idea.
So
you know,
what
like
I'm
Da
hearing,
Vinci
Red,
stuff.
is that you're going to be having seismic lasers somehow in the set?
Yeah, like what?
Well, I'm just pitching this out there because that sounds like, because Will's like, I want rudimentary steam power. I feel like there'd be a lot of like fun technological marvels in that regard
True.
amongst his society. So that's what I was thinking about. Romans had some really weird technology,
Oh yeah, for sure.
but the reason they fell is because they weren't unified. Doesn't that sound familiar? Anyway,
Sorry,
History repeats itself.
Sorry, I was fixing the little thing so that I actually had what the cards were written down in here. Okay, Red, what are you thinking for your keeps?
I'm thinking They would probably have. I was going to say they'd have a lot of agricultural technology, but there's not really much to grow here, at least in the domesticated sense. Trying to think of what technology would lend them. Probably a lot of things like bombs. Like, you know, they have all these gases and stuff like that around, and they've learned to capture them, and they'd be able to make stuff like that. Because my people are more of like a warring people. They're very like ready to attack things like at a moment's notice. I'm trying to think what technologies they would have. Well, when in doubt, just look up technology of a certain era that you think would make sense. Let's look up technology of the Goths.
Cool. I was thinking that based off like the bombs thing, I mean, even back to like Neolithic times, they had like thrown projectiles and stuff that they would use. They would like, you know, like cut down hornets' nests and like capture them, and then like hurl those hornets' nests at like opposing tribes and stuff. Like they weaponized. That was like chemical warfare in a way, because you're using like hornet venom.
Yeah, the Romans also. I don't know why I know so much about Roman warfare, but the Romans also had this thing, like fire pots. Is that what I think? Well, I think Kier was saying that.
Yeah, Kier's saying that in the chat. Like the flame pots that used to be fired from cannons just without needing actual ordnance.
Yeah,
Oh,
Roman
shit.
fire. They'd have these little clay casks, and to this day we still don't know how they made them. Much like Damascus, we lost the knowledge of how to make them. But they basically had little napalm grenades. And they just fling them at people, and they completely raze villages.
Oh shit, Greek fire?
Yeah, it was like, yeah, Greek
yeah.
fire.
That's
Greek
pretty-
fire, Roman candle. You know, but
Swampy Greek fire.
swampy Greek fire sounds like a goblin's name. Oh yeah, I'm swampy Greek fire. Pleasure to be of service.
All right. Well, JJ.
Is that gonna be a new character for you, Red?
That's a new character for me. That's absolutely true.
Character for you.
I don't want to talk to Swampy Greek fire. That guy skews me out. JJ, what do you think?
I'm trying to think as far as what would be some really cool and unique type of technology that you would create in this world. I mean, I know you guys each have like your own little regions that you're thinking about, so I'm trying to think of the region that you guys talked about, because I kind of skimmed through the clans thing that you guys did, the clans episode. I skimmed through a lot of them.
Oh, no problem. Their like capital city was like this Babylonian style city, right? Like Mesopotamian influence.
Yeah.
Is that what we said?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty advanced. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
that's
everything
like
that they
Bronze
did
Age
was like...
to Iron Age. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good, you're good, you're good.
And then you can obviously get creative with it. We encourage that here.
We like creativity. Creativity.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, because I feel like when I think about technology in general and like innovations, like new innovations, they always kind of, especially if you're thinking like Babylonian, Mesopotamian, like they used a lot of you know, everyday things that were just around them that they could utilize, like metal tools, you know, you being formed from like rocks and stuff and glass and things that they found like in the earth, literally in their surroundings. So I'm trying to figure out what could be the technology that they use.
That's a really good point, actually.
Yeah.
This would have a lot of influence on the culture. What kind of metals do they have in their regional area?
Yeah.
Are they stuck in bronze? Have they found iron?
Maybe
I'd
they
have a
had
lot
their
of
own
influence.
kind of metal or something that they dealt with that like only they knew how to really
Use,
treat
like
or
how to
something?
wield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's like the
Like,
legendary Spanish spring steel.
Or
Yeah.
I mean it's completely on JJ, but like maybe it's not even a metal. You said the word glass earlier, and that really stuck out in my mind of like some kind of cool stuff like that. But I mean, it's totally up to you, homie. What you thinking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, get crazy with it.
I've been watching a lot of Wilds of Glaswall, so that's why I thought of glass. automatically.
Obsidian's glass.
I've been watching way too much AS content. That's the problem.
Oh, that's not a bad thing.
It's not. Gotta plug in the homies when you can.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
always
Obsidian
bringing
would be
it.
sweet.
Obsidian would be
I
fucking
was
cool.
thinking that Obsidian would be really cool.
Obsidian
I like-
weapons
I like-
were terrifying. They
Yeah,
are so razor sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the idea of Obsidian, and I also like it because Obsidian has that dark color, so it also looks like really like badass and a little bit malicious. It's like you see
yeah.
people coming with like these, weapons that they forged out of Obsidian.
That's sick.
Like
Yeah.
I think that would be really cool.
Like the
So, yeah.
what? Trying to think what people made obsidian weapons. I know Native Hawaiians made obsidian weapons.
Yeah, I would say like, I'm thinking like spears, swords, but I'm trying to think of like what else could you also use it? Like would they also use it for like only warfare, or would they also use it for like everyday things? Because like the thing about the Babylonians is that also that like, being in this kind of Mesopotamian era, you're also thinking about how they were really the first civilization to kind of settle, and so they had to use like a lot of their technology in order to like, raise animals, farm, do all that stuff, create waterways, all these
What-
things. So I'm also thinking,
What if, like, in the setting we could say that, like, obsidian has some property innate that resonates with the magic in this setting that makes it very workable, and they were, like, so good at working with obsidian they could, like, raise their city out of it or something. Like, if you're wanting to incorporate it to that degree, I mean, that's an avenue you can take.
I like
That's
that.
creepy.
I like that. That's a really good idea.
That's really creepy.
That's really
I love it.
You see all these towering black freaking buildings. You're like, where the hell are we?
Well, they found a way to work with magma and like super cool it to like a
Yeah.
perfect shape of a blade. The thing is with
Yeah.
obsidian though, it may be incredibly sharp, but it's also very brittle.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason that like the native Mexicans, when they would make these obsidian weapons, they had like a paddle shape, and then they inserted small pieces because it had less chance of breaking that way.
Well, they would still break. You'd have to change them out between battles. I'm blanking
Oh, yeah.
on what the weapon is called. But-
It's called. It has a really weird name.
Yeah, it's got some X's and H's and L's in there, but I'm blanking on it.
It's like Mahuatli Wattle.
I don't know. I don't want to be offensive.
Waddle.
Waddle, waddle. Now that song's gonna be stuck in my head.
Ran a
all
waddle
the
away.
show.
And I waddle away. Waddle, waddle. You all needed that.
This is terrible.
Sweet. So forged obsidian, raised cities of obsidian. Maybe they were even so good at it that they could just make like obsidian weapons that didn't just fucking break. You know?
Yeah. Maybe they made it found to make it like more durable. I like that. I mean, if you're gonna have cities, I would think that you would have to find some way to make it like really solid and fortified, so that it doesn't fall down.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
awesome,
that.
JJ.
Yeah.
Good shit.
That's great thinking.
Hell
Always
yeah,
go back to Minecraft when in doubt.
dude. Never steer you wrong there. Absolutely.
No, top tier game forever.
Okay, let's see. So, Squire, authority, attention, responsibility. How do I incorporate that into technology besides the fact that my people are in the Iron Age? I can say that they are. Technology is closely monitored in its progression through an academy of named to be TBD scholars. I'll just say scholars for now, and then in parentheses named TBD. Oh, you can't see what I'm typing. Sorry, chat. Name to be decided. We are in the Iron Age. In the Iron Age, in terms of technology, sure, that's fine. And that's authority and attention and responsibility. The academy. Oh, I know. The academy was in Griston Vault, and that place is no longer inhabited by human. Cool. So that would explain the technological stagnation once you reach the Age of Iron, why you wouldn't continue to progress. That's my first round done. Will, you wanna key us in onto what you've been up to up here?
I just been kind of thinking, I have a low metal setting, right? A low metal area. There's not a lot of metal around, but there's enough to make some things out of. But they definitely wouldn't be, wasting it all on like technology. Essentially, they might have a few pieces of it hooked into wood and pieces that might move against each other, but that's pretty much it. So I'm thinking like a low metal medieval steampunk. It's just this weird kind of mixture, but I think it works. So that's basically what I'm going for. And then since the city's like been destroyed, the main city, they probably have a lot of like steam powered traps that they would have left behind to protect their riches and things like that. So even vaults like would have these type of things on them. So that would be great for parties to run into.
Hell yeah.
These
That's
like steam powered contraptions. Yeah, so a lot of moving wood pieces that have like metals kind of lining them. It would be interesting for sure.
That's
like
fucking
that.
cool. I love that, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, mine was easy. I was like, technology? Oh, I think I have an idea. And then I got this prompt and I'm like, okay, yeah, they're pretty brilliant, free thinking. They figured out that they can create steam. Yeah, they're going to use it.
That's fucking awesome, dude. I love that. All right. Red, what's good, dude?
So let's see. My words are judgment. Or my card was judgment. Test, fulfillment, consequences, news. Well, when I think of judgment, I think of the word temperance, and I think of consequences and news. I think of liquor. And liquor is technology. It's a technology that is made to alleviate pain. And I feel like these guys would have some of the best liquor in the entire world. Beyond that, their technology is a little lacking. I'd say that they probably have alchemy. They're probably in the real world. The Irish are actually credited with coming up with modern alchemy, and they probably have a very rudimentary form of alchemy right now, like the old school alchemy with all those symbols and stuff like that. They probably make medicine and stuff like that. They're probably pretty advanced in like a lot of things that they normally wouldn't be. Like since they don't really have places to like build proper like giant buildings on, since the ground is soft, so they're probably because of where they are, they probably have a lot of herbs. They probably have a lot of like vegetation and stuff like that they can experiment with, and combine that with making alcohol and stuff like that. They're probably incredibly medicinally advanced. And I was also thinking weaponry, because we were talking weapons, and I don't think these guys would have much metal. I think they would have a lot of what metal they did use, they would put it to very good use. But most people would probably have things like shillelaghs, made from very hard wood. And shillelaghs have been reported when the British fought the Irish at one point, out of many points they fought the Irish. They reported that these shillelaghs, even through a metal helmet, broke knights' skulls. That's how well made these things were. And even a shillelagh now, you can literally buy an Irish shillelagh and they'll guarantee you could crack somebody's skull like an egg. They fucking hurt. Even if you get tapped by one, they hurt. And I think that's shillelagh is actually the inspiration behind the Tusken Raiders weapons in Star Wars. I could be wrong, but they are made of wood, and they do have a point like a shillelagh would. But yeah, you don't want to get hit with a shillelagh. I would rather get shot than get hit with a shillelagh, because like one good swing of the shillelagh, you're breaking a bone. Like it's some of the densest wood, and
to be fair, I feel like it'd be a lot easier for a doctor to mend a shillelagh than a bullet wound.
I don't know. You could really splinter bones with a shillelagh. Like,
That's a good point.
there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of reports from the British saying that they literally had their knights' skulls like actually caved in like an egg
Jesus
by a
Christ.
shillelagh. Oh yeah,
That's crazy.
the Celts were fucking scary, man. The Romans were fucking afraid of them because they ran into battle butt naked, except for like shields and spears, and they used like advanced battle tactics like the Romans. They had phalanxes and like battle positions, and the Romans were like, they were just a bunch of savages. It's just like, no, they weren't. they were fucking insane. My favorite Celtic tribe were the ones that they experimented with mushrooms. They're probably like, and yes, those kinds of mushrooms. They probably are what led up to like modern alchemy, like the way they tested things. They literally like lived in caves and ate psychedelic mushrooms and like tripped balls.
That sounds like
Oh,
a
that-
whole existence.
That's the way to live, man. Like for real. But like, I mean, that's how medicine is discovered. That's how we discovered things that aren't poisonous. You know, like somebody just like when the Americans first came over here, they're just like, those big red things, they must be poisonous. They're tomatoes. They're not poisonous. They're not gonna hurt you, I promise.
I
But yeah, I
give
feel
me
like
fucking heartburn. So
wild tomatoes are incredibly acidic. That's why you don't use copper pots and pans.
any tomatoes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
I can't have tomatoes.
But they really set off acid reflux.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah,
They make
digressing. Yeah,
awesome throwing weapons though.
true. Throwing weapons,
Boo!
like hyper toxic tomatoes, like just like they burn through people, like through metal. That's kind of cool, actually. Like hyper
That would
tomato.
be cool.
They grow some
strongest.
kind of like gardens of like toxic substances and like plants that they use to like throw and like coat weapons with and shit. That would be fucking lit.
Well, yeah, I'd imagine they'd have a lot of toxic vegetation. They live in a very like hostile and unwelcoming place. I'd imagine the water there isn't very clean either. And that would probably lend to a lot of easier time tanning stuff. So if we were talking about more technology stuff, like tanning technology, a lot of people don't realize this. If you've watched A.S. the Mountain,
Red is
there's
obsessed with pee.
I love PP.
Yeah.
Don't fucking
Clip
don't
it.
clip that.
Clip
No.
Flip
No.
it.
Okay,
Flip
so
it.
the reason I'm talking
Flip
about
it.
piss all the time is
He
because
sounded
like
so sincere.
I love PP. No, but like the reason why people are like, oh, Tanner is one of the smelliest. It's called what's the term? Odiferous. That's actually the
Yeah.
yeah, odiferous.
Oh, different, yeah.
Yeah, tanning and blacksmithing. Tanning because you literally had to use human pee because human pee has a type of acid in it called tannic acid. Tannic acid for tanning, and that was where, you know, tanners. That's how tanners work.
So
they would
if it
literally
was called
pee on things and
rubic
cure it.
acid, we would have called it rubbing instead of tanning.
Yeah,
That's so wild.
it's I mean, well, I mean, we probably
Or
call
do you
it
think
tannic
they
acid.
needed
in
tannic
retrospect.
acid? Okay. Yeah,
Probably in
that makes
retrospect.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
probably
that,
in retrospect.
That tracks, yeah.
But like, I'd imagine they'd have a really easy time doing that because they don't have to worry about having to pee. Because I'd imagine there's a lot of tannic acid in the waters. You know, it's like, and that's a great thing about. JJ might know this. Florida has a lot of natural tannic acid in the waters,
Yeah.
and Americans had a very great time. They're just like, oh well, we only get like such a small amount of tannic acid after separating it from the water, and like all these tanners are like, I don't care, I'm done fucking peeing on my work. I just want to have an easy way to do this and do it quicker, even if it means just not peeing on anything. So, yeah, that's a brief history of tanning and why the tanner in One Night Ultimate Werewolf is their only objective is to just die, because tanners hated their jobs so much that they would rather die.
I played that game. That game's fun.
It's so much fun. It'd be a good fun game to play with a group. But yeah, yeah. I don't know. Like I was saying, technology is probably heavy in medicine. They probably have some of the best practiced people in medicine. They have decent weaponry, even though it's not really made out of metal. Some of their weaponry is made out of metal. Some of their like higher ranking nobility wear like metal armor and like probably chain, because that's probably the most effective use for them at this point in time. They probably use metal for like decorative purposes. So like if you've seen Middle Eastern like Persian helmets, and they have like visages of faces on them. They're very creepy, and they have like mustaches and like long goatees and stuff like that. They're very cool too. I fucking love those. They probably use that for decorative purposes and stuff like that, but other than that, metal's probably not very much used. But probably everybody can have a fucking shillelagh. You know, you just gotta go find a good tree, and you gotta find a shillelagh maker, and you know, they cut
Would
it
they
down,
use
make
like
a shillelagh.
bone too, or no?
They probably, well, yeah, they'd use bone because like us humans now are really wasteful in comparison to them. Because like if they killed if when early people killed an animal, they would use every single part of it, and every single part of the animal had a use, even the guts. And like sheep and pigs and cows and stuff like that were used for strings on string instruments.
And also to kick around the pigs, what is it, their bladder or something,
Yeah.
for rugby. That was how rugby originated.
Sheep intestine,
Wow.
like stomach and stuff like that, and intestine and what have you. Those were used for water skins. You know, it's weird shit. Like you don't think about it these days, you know. And there's a lot of uses for animals. Like, and bone's really strong. And if you sharpen bone, it can be a little brittle, but it makes good knives. So and combs. So
Every part has its purpose.
absolutely.
Oh yeah, awesome.
I wish my Native American grandmother was still around. I'd love to ask her about some of that shit. She was like, she genuinely lived in a tribe.
Oh,
It
that's
was
sick.
she I think she died like a decade before I was born, but like, goddamn, I would have loved to have met her. She was very cool.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like you guys would have got along very well.
I mean, if she could cook, I guarantee she could cook. So, like,
Yeah.
anyway, I'm blabbering. So
All right. Well, JJ, what you thinking?
All right, so I'm trying to kind of zone in a little bit about the carefreeness and the craziness, because I feel like if it's like carefreeness, I feel like it's more of like, okay, you know, nobody really cares, so maybe like the obsidian and making the cities of obsidian were not like heavily regulated, so maybe like, you know, because like I mentioned, I was talking about like, you know, using what's around you that you find in nature to kind of make your weapons and stuff like that, and just make, you know, whatever else. So I'm thinking that this might be a particular area that's probably more abundant in the obsidian, and yeah, that it's unregulated, so therefore anybody anywhere can just like pick some off the ground and just do kind of whatever it is that they wanted to make with it. I laughed a little bit because I had this fleeting thought of like somebody making like an old school like fidget spinner obsidian. It's just like so dumb. Just,
That's
like,
fucking funny.
You know, like, you know what I mean? Like just doing like stupid shit like that. Like just because nobody cares, nobody's like regulating it, you can do like pretty much whatever you want, and people like are just kind of making anything and everything, just to kind of like see, okay, what works, what doesn't work. Because I'm assuming that in this particular area, like, you know, there's going to be a lot of experimentation at making like things, be like, okay, you know, can we forge this obsidian to make a cup? Can we make a bowl? Like, could we make, you know, utensils or something?
And then eventually it just spiraled outwards to where it was like, okay, we've got like all the cornerstones of what makes a civilization. They started getting like weird with it, you think?
Yeah, I would think that somebody would definitely take it to like a really crazy, like, why are you making this type of like,
Okay. What do you think that
things-
might look like?
That's what I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of like what would be something that would be like so that crazy out there that you're kind of like, why would you make this? Like, what was the purpose? Like, it serves no purpose. It was just kind of somebody being like, I feel like making it, so I'm gonna make it. What would that be? I'm trying to think of like useless technology that is like, why would somebody make this? Like, this has no purpose in our society whatsoever.
slap chop.
Yeah. Well, I guess you could also maybe. I'm looking at useless technology now.
If you're thinking of useless things, think of some of the more useless things would be like reinventions of things that didn't need to be reinvented.
That's right. Like when I think about useless technology, like for instance, I think about what was it? I think it was a while ago, like the Teslas or something. Whatever cars nowadays that like don't have door handles, so you can't open them.
Yeah.
So then, like, if you have like, I think it was like something that where it was like, there was like a snowstorm or something like that, and like the stuff was not working, like the fob was not working, and therefore like people couldn't get into their cars. And it's like, why would you like you're paying like hella money for this car that literally got rid of something that was so fundamental just because I guess it looked cool or whatever, and now you can't get into your car. Like you can't even like why did you do that? Like stupid shit like that is what I'm thinking about as far as like useless. I'm looking at this funny picture right now.
To me, that kind of sounds like it's, and you can tell me if I'm wrong here and I'll erase it, but like progression developed to the degree that Obsidian was used to develop technology that was only usable to those that knew it, that could like use this form of like Obsidian magic, or that could channel their magic into this Obsidian and knew its purpose.
I like that. I like that idea. Because then when you think about it like, you know, centuries later, it would be like lost technology. Nobody would know how to use it because only those particular sets of people knew how to use it. Or you could even think about it in a setting of like, if you're going against like a warrior nation or like, you know, a different clan, a different tribe, whatever, you know, and they don't know how to use your technology. So it's kind of just like only, it's like unique to that particular region.
Yeah.
For those particular people. I like that. I think that fits a lot
I'll put that in there.
with it,
Cool.
yeah.
Good shit, JJ.
Good shit, friend. We're getting there.
Hell yeah, dude. So how would I word that? I guess you would say that only those that were capable of channeling magic into the Obsidian and knew the device's purpose could utilize it. Oh, I spelled it like a British person. Okay. I fixed it. Alright. So, continuing on with mine, and then after I get through my round, we will go to a quick break. I was thinking that being that all my people really have is their abundance of iron, I feel like they would have, through the development and the progression of that technology, and they're coming to rely on it, they would form some order of like iron mages. I don't know what I would call them yet, but some mages that are capable of forging and utilizing magnetic fields. Like they can forge irons without like they can smith iron without forges. They can like transmute iron into different types of iron. And I was thinking that kind of sounded kind of cool to me. The capital would be like this big looming magnate of spires of like stone banded by this dark blue metal that like sets them to like remain unmoving, like basically as best they can do. The different types of metals would be used for like armors or weapons or like, you know, everyday stuff around the kingdom. I would imagine that some of those armors would be said to be so dense and some of the weapons so fine that they could wound or resist a demon respectively. Whether that actually tracks, well, I don't know, but to say that's definitely something that somebody would say. That's marketing. Oh yeah. But yeah, I think that is pretty much gonna wrap me up for this round. I don't really have too much left to talk about that. I guess I could kind of elaborate on it, just to kind of share with everybody what I'm thinking. I guess I forget to do that sometimes. I just like, yeah, I say a few words and you all immediately know what I'm thinking, but it's like I've got all this aesthetic and shit built up in my head that nobody else is keen to. Why would you be? You can't read my mind. I don't know. I imagine that there would be like this order of these iron mages, and again, I don't know what the name is, but they would certainly have some kind of representative in like each of the courts. Like no matter how small a township's court might be, they would probably still have some kind of iron mage. maybe their symbol of their office would be like some kind of chain of all the different types of iron that they've had to like prove that they are capable of forging without use of like an auxiliary forge. They just kind of like use that iron magic, which is still nihilism, by the way. It's still just like decaying, but like in a way it's also kind of remaking it and transmuting something. I also feel like it's probably gonna be an easy plot hook to use in the setting. Like this order still exists, and you know their motives might be kind of maybe not a plot hook, maybe an organization to pull from, and like their motives are still kind of shady. The other like arcanists that were like a major family, they're dead and gone now, but like maybe the Iron Mages went from like one of the lower nobility and like as a family moved up into the higher nobility vacuum that was left. Oh, thank you for signing me out again, Google Chrome. I love that you do that. That's so fucking rad, especially when I'm trying to get my thoughts together. Fantastic.
Thank you for signing him out, Google Chrome. I like getting Derek upset. But sometimes I don't want to put the effort into it. I love you, Derek. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. Love you too. But yeah, I imagine that they would have probably like taken that void left by the other Arcanist family, and now they are the major the other major nobility family in Niptera. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I like what you're thinking, boss.
I like that.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. I appreciate it. I need to do more work on the map. Honestly, I just haven't had the time because I'm trying to work really hard on this fucking series for Covet. But yeah.
You're good. Just blame Will.
Just blame Will. Huh?
Yep.
Yeah, everyone does.
Poor Will.
It's alright, I'm used to it.
No.
You're like Omni. You just sit there and take it. And we're firing at you, and it just makes us sad.
I would never fire at Will.
Nah.
One of these days, I'm gonna get Will to go off on me. He's gonna be like Arthur, like clench his
No,
fist.
it's more like you firing around just randomly at everybody, and me going, dude, relax.
Dude, ease up. You're kind of harshing my vibe. You're harshing my browns right now.
You're like, wow, Red. Breathe.
Damn, Red, you want some ketchup with those harsh browns? Sheesh.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
No,
But
I love it.
We're having breakthroughs tonight, folks. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, is that what we're calling it?
I'm just kidding.
Revelation.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, don't go anywhere, you guys. We're going to take a quick 5 to 10, and then we will return with the second half of Home Brew Homies. Be right back, you guys.
And special, ready to go.
Welcome
Just in
back,
case.
everybody. Thank you so much for your patience. We're sure to appreciate it. I am here with my co-host and with JJ. We are very, very gracious guests who I'm so grateful that joined us. Guys, what were y'all talking about? You were saying that you like to cosplay as Kingdom Hearts protagonists and stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. When I was 16, I was a
Will
Kingdom
loved
Hearts
dressing up as
protagonist.
Sora, you know?
And yeah, Keyblade, the whole thing.
Yeah, your imaginary friends were Donald Duck and Goofy, you know?
Not exactly. They were like the rip-off version, you know? They were like the store brand version.
What's the store brand version of Donald Duck?
I don't know, but it's
Mike
like his
Mallard.
sad cousin.
How about
Mike
Mike Mallard?
Mallard.
Mike
Mike Mallard. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Mike Mallard. Yep. I was hanging out with Mike Mallard, dude. We were having a good time.
And silly. Mike Mallard and silly.
Mike Mallard and silly. And we were just
Mike Mallard
we had a
silly.
time, dude.
Dude, it sounds like a 90s group. That's like Salt and Pepper type shit.
It's fucking great value
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts.
Mike Mallard, baby.
Oh yeah.
Oh, can we get that on a t-shirt? Just like a really like poorly drawn like MS Paint duck that says Mike Mallard on it. Like,
I need it now.
oh, that's merch. That's merch now.
Merch.
Oh, that would be
Fucking
glorious.
Mike Mallard, that killed me.
Oh my god.
Well, aside
Cody,
from
thank you for the posture check.
Thank you.
oh, thank you.
Yeah,
That's
thank you. I
appreciated.
did say it.
I'm still eating. My wonderful, lovely wife just brought me enchiladas. They are fantastic.
Ooh.
Woo.
Chickadee and Natalie, I absolutely adore her. And Elise, she doesn't know it, but I adore her as well. She
No,
don't know
she knows.
yet, but I
She
do.
knows.
Does she know? She knows the secret in the
Oh,
sauce?
What sauce are we talking about? Is this like a
Made me fucking
metaphor?
spit in my
Secret
fucking
sauce,
hand.
Fred, the secret sauce.
We love spit takes here on DMDM
Oh my
Studio.
god, dude. Gotta wipe my hands off now.
Yeah, yeah.
Does she know the secret in the sauce?
Secret sauce? Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we have a world building show here.
Yeah. Yeah, so Will, why don't you continue walking us down your thought process, I guess?
Every
it's
single
awesome.
time. It's me.
It's tradition.
It's me,
It's
yeah, boy,
tradition.
William,
It's me, your boy, the burnt coin.
or Burnt for short.
No, don't call him that.
Stop it.
Oh no.
It's coin, okay?
All right,
Dang.
MC Burnt.
Anyway. I was thinking, so I'm thinking like, as far as early like type weapons go, it's like a part of a tree trunk that they just like forced more wood through in the middle.
Yeah, they did.
And then they just used metal on the ends. So they just plated the ends with metal and they just smashed things with it. But they eventually made those into steam powered like auto hammers, essentially.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so stuff like that. They had those early kind of things, but they just didn't have enough metal to go full scale like iron everything. So they sparingly used it. But what I was thinking is they did use some of them to tip some of these like kind of larger, not like ballista size, but you could still carry them, but they're pretty big, like crossbows that have like a little bit of steam power on them. And that's how they took down all these big animals and basically, you know, ended up riding them and stuff. And that's what led to them then conquering the continent because they had that available to them and no one else did. You know, they took what was around them, these giant creatures like mammoths and other things that are around, and the weremoose that we were talking about in the first episode. they had to kill those somehow, and that's how they did it. So they did that and ended up taking everything over eventually.
Oh, yeah.
And no one could match that anywhere else on the continent, so that's how they just held control for the whole time, hundreds of years.
That's sick, dude. I love it.
I'm glad that I figured that out, because I was like, how did they conquer? And I just hadn't figured that out until just now with this. So use technology.
Hey, we promised some breakthroughs, all right?
There's one right there.
True.
No, that's fucking sick, though. I love that. That's awesome, Will. Red, what you got a cooking up?
So I'm thinking now. So with technology, I was like, I can't really have an entire civilization of people that doesn't have any sort of architecture. I feel like they'd have not goth architecture because that's very
That's more like
Eastern, Central European. Like,
Oh.
you know, I figured they would have castles because they'd have castles on certain areas because stone deep into the ground is better than wood. So they probably would have stone castles in some places. Not very big ones. Maybe just like this is where the head of the clan sits. Like 9 times out of 10, your head of the clan is not going to have a castle.
It's like a keep more than a castle. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's more like a keep, just like a wall, and then like some rudimentary defenses. Rudimentary is my word of the day, I guess. Jesus, and and like a home inside of that, or like a small like villa where people can live, you know, that sort of thing. There is a really weird piece of castle technology, and I'm trying to remember the name of it. You ever see one of those? You guys know what a battlement is,
Yeah.
right? So like you know, like those like weird little block things that like go like that.
So
There's actually
walk on the top.
yeah. The battlement itself is actually that wall that has those square gaps in it. That's what a battlement is. And
It's meant for battle.
it's thank you, Professor.
I'll be here all week.
he actually will though. So like, there's actually between where you're standing and the battlement itself, there's actually a gap, like where you can look down. I didn't know this. Like most castles actually have that. It's not like one solid piece. Like the battlement itself is sort of like suspended by like supports, and like there's this little hole that you can like look down, like straight down the side of the tower wall and shoot arrows and drop things. And it's not a murder hole.
That's what it sounds like.
Archer's post?
If somebody can find the term for it, I will.
In Castle Ravenloft, they're called Archer's posts. I know that because I just redid like almost all of it for Curse of Strahd, like taking Aeon Bar's maps, not the WotC ones, because I don't really like the WotC ones. They're not good for tactical combat.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking salty that one of the maps got erased and I had to do it over. You are. You're salty about that.
I'm trying to.
No.
If somebody can tell me the name of it, I will kiss you, my friend. I can't
Hold on.
fucking find it.
You're just kidding.
Machine gun, like, oh fuck, are you serious? I'll find it. I'll fucking find it. And I'll
All I'm
kiss
finding
myself.
is the word parapet.
Ooh, is it parapet?
The parapet.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Comprises a parapet in which gaps or indentations, which are often rectangular, occur at intervals. Occur. Why did I say occur like that? Occur.
Oh,
You
Kerr.
know what? Bump that word.
Damn.
I don't care. I'm bilingual.
Is it not
I'm
parapet?
blame it on the bilingual.
Is it a
Odie
Is it
says
pa-
Bastion.
not a
Also,
bastion?
that's wonderful, JJ. That's great. Also, you're bilingual, so I'm never gonna fucking. I mean, you speak 2 languages, and I can barely wrap my head around one. So
What other language do you speak?
So English, Spanish, and then learning Japanese and Italian.
oh
Ooh.
shit.
Yeah. So I can hold like kind of, you know, little normal conversations like, oh hi, how are you? So I have to like learn a lot more.
That's
Yeah.
fucking
Hi, how are
awesome.
you?
That's
Where's
awesome,
the
though.
bathroom? How's your day going? I can say a lot more in Japanese because Italian's the more recent language, and I took like a semester of Japanese in college. It was really nice.
That's so
not
cool.
a parapet.
Fun. Yeah. And my teacher was actually Japanese, which was awesome because she like actually taught us a whole bunch of cultural stuff. So like before I went on my trip to Japan, it was like,
You went to Japan?
yeah.
Where'd you go?
And in 2019, so we went to Tokyo.
Oh hell yeah.
And then we took the bullet train from Tokyo to Kyoto.
Nice, dude.
Really, really nice. But we didn't get to spend a lot of time there, which I was really sad about because I was like, this is like the dessert area. We need to stay here. we had to go back. So hopefully like we had to go back to Tokyo. So hopefully the next time we go, like we'll be able to like actually spend a little bit more time in other areas. But we mostly stayed in like Roppongi, which is like a little district in Tokyo.
Oh man, I have some fucking crazy nights in Roppongi. That's the club district of Tokyo, by the way. If you didn't know, it's like the nightclub district of Tokyo, and that place is fucking popping. Like some of the coolest goddamn nightclubs.
Live. Yeah, it was always live. Unfortunately though, we were with my little sister, who at the time was like 10. So we couldn't, like, my mom and I couldn't really go out, like, clubbing and stuff like that. But I do want to go at one point with some friends and then just do the thing.
Dude, it's a fucking blast. Let me tell you, man. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. I never got to go to Kyoto when I was there, so I never got to see the capital. But I love Tokyo. That was where I was at for the most part.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're not here to talk about my fucking Air Force stories.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you're good. I'm bad.
You are bad.
You're good. No, you're good. I think that it is your turn, right? Or is it Red's turn?
Oh, I don't even know if Red was speech. I thought you were still looking for that word.
I am digging. I am scouring the interwebs, and I can find nothing. I know these exist. I am not fucking crazy. I saw this one time and it blew my mind. And it's not a parapet. That is a very good guess, though.
Aww.
Well,
that's okay.
While Red goes crazy trying to figure this out, JJ, would you like to go?
Yeah.
I'm going so crazy, I'm gonna go refill my water.
Okay. So yeah, you do that. Okay, so talking about my part, let's see. I should have been thinking about this the whole time, but I was eating bread, so that's my bad.
It's all good.
Bread.
Fine.
Bread
So,
do be
yeah.
slapping dough.
It really was though. It was so good. Okay. I'm just rereading my stuff.
Oh, no problem.
Okay. So yeah, I'm trying to think of what particular technological weapons they would have using this obsidian, especially if we're talking about raised cities of obsidian. Now I'm kind of like piggybacking off of Red's comment about the battlements, and I'm thinking about like I like the idea that we came up with earlier about them being able to form and kind of like harness the obsidian to a point where it's not as brittle as it normally is. Obviously for the buildings. And so I'm thinking about like when I first came up with when I first thought about the idea of obsidian weapons, I was always thinking about like in this particular age, they're probably still going to use wood. I don't think that like the obsidian would necessarily like completely obsolete. I think they would still have to like, you know, partially use wood. So I'm thinking about like how they would probably have like they have raised buildings of obsidian, and they know that the obsidian is a little sturdier than normal but still kind of easy to counteract. I feel like they would have a lot of more technology that was like long range, so things like for example like bows and arrows. It would be cool if they could form, now thinking about back to the pig bladder and rugby, if they could like make contraptions that shot obsidian, like kind of like boulders. I thought that would be pretty cool too. So I think that they would probably try to use a lot more long range weapons, probably in combat, and that's how they were able to like defend themselves and probably protect their city and keep their secrets of how they were able to harness the obsidian in the first place, and just keep it to that specific region. I kind of like the idea of that.
Cool.
So yeah, I think that's what I got.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. I like it, JJ.
Yeah.
Red. Here asks, was it ramparts?
No.
Oh, it was.
It's a very, very weird, and I think it might be German. I think it might be specifically German castle architecture between the 14th to the 16th century.
I like how specific that is.
I'm not going to be of any help there, bud.
Nope,
Yeah.
me either.
See, people are wondering why I am very specific and I know quite a bit about castle architecture. Well, when things go tits up, you're going to come to me.
Tits up. That's right.
I'm going to build your castle.
In the zombie apocalypse, everybody go to Red's house.
Everybody
Yeah.
go Red.
Come to Red's house. We got rocks.
I'm gonna have to write that in my zombie survival guide. Go to Red.
Go to Red. Yeah. Well,
Is it Zinnen? Zinnen is battlement in German.
no. There's a term for it. Is it not ramparts or the battlements? No, it's a part of the ramparts or the battlements. What the fuck is it called? Let me look up German castle architecture.
That's what I was gonna say. Look that shit up.
God damn it. What? Oh my god, did I just immediately find it?
Oh.
Oh. This looks like it's it. What is this in
Is it the
Dusseldorf?
Neuschwanstein? That's a castle.
I know you're in here. You can't hide from me.
I'm kind of enjoying watching him lose his mind, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's a.
Same.
I see it. I see it. I can see it. I can identify it. I don't know what the name of it is.
Oh
What
my
the
God.
fuck is it called?
Reverse image search, just that.
Yeah.
It's not a very good image, though. That's the issue.
What if you do like architecture plan or something?
Oh my god.
Blueprint.
I think I found it.
Oh my god.
It's
The suspense is killing me.
the purpose of hoarding was. Are they called hordes? Is that what they're called?
Are they called what? Excuse what?
Horde. Hourd.
I thought you said whore. I was like, I mean,
They're called whores.
they're called whores.
Mhm. They put whores on their battlements. We've been watching a lot of It's
To
Always Sunny.
distract the enemy.
I fucking love Always Sunny, man.
Okay. It's not exactly what I'm thinking of, but it's a thing. So a horde is a wooden gallery built at the top of a rampart. And there's like a gap, and you can throw stones down vertically. It's very close. There's a stone version of these. They are called, the wooden versions are called hordes, though. So we're making progress. What the fuck is a stone horde called?
Is it just called a stone horde, or the word for stone in German and horde like put together? Because they were very efficient like that.
Yeah, they were. They were very specific in their
Oh,
language.
Yeah, it'd be probably called Stonenhorden.
Yeah, that's probably
I would be-
exactly it. Yeah,
German's a really great language. It's just kind of funny.
for sure.
Watch my patient wake up, starts learning German.
I mean, Germans must have a great time. I'm just gonna say that.
Well, no, I didn't tell you guys that story about the one time he woke up and he was like stuck in German mode, like he was speaking in German like the whole time. And then
Jeez.
thankfully,
terrifying.
I used to, like he was like Guten Morgen, and I was like, hello, hello, good morning. Just continue.
Oh,
Guten
man.
Morgen.
time. I was like, well, it's a good thing I know a little bit. And I'm
Guten-
getting through. So,
Guten Morgen, Frau Jeje.
yeah, like,
No, he's saying good morning and not bad morning.
right?
Okay, well, I guess that I will go on to my turn. I believe that I've said enough about these Iron Mages for now and should get on to the actual, like, technological innovations of the capital at the very least. I imagine that they would have advanced sewer systems, because they would be able to utilize the metals and carve out the stonework to actually, like, you know, use that. Advanced sewer systems as well as irrigation systems. I believe that most weaponry is I'll just say is forged from one or more types of the specialized
Odie found it.
irons. No shit.
He found it.
I would not have guessed that
macaculation.
word.
A macaculation.
Around
Thank
a million
you!
years.
Thank you! I don't know why I was thinking about that, sorry, but that is exactly what I was thinking of. Thank you. Oh my god. Come here, I'll give you a little smooch.
Mwah. I never in a million years would have guessed that word, so thank you, Odie. Much appreciated.
Depends. Macaculation. Macaculation. Thank you. You're a genius, Odie. Thank you.
I want to say that they would also have like large weapon platforms. And when I say weapon platforms, what I'm coming at that from like the terminology that I know. Like these big metal constructions, like these huge iron constructions that would require an Iron Mage to pilot it, and it would probably be for like troop transport, right? It would probably be like to get large numbers of troops safely across the battlefield, especially like in siege warfare, you know, because like the most dangerous thing to do is to siege a fucking city.
What you're talking about actually has a term. I think you're talking about a wheelhouse.
Sure.
Medieval wheelhouses, like they were literally they're exactly what they sound like. They're giant wagons with giant wheels, and they're pulled by a shit ton of horses, and they put a bunch of nobility in them. But you could militarize them, you know.
Yeah, I like that. I like the idea of like these large wheelhouses piloted by like Iron Mages that transport their troops, especially in siege warfare. I feel like for that reason, and for like the armament reason, going to war for our people was like something that we looked forward to. We were very like military industrial complex in that way.
Okay.
Because the only way to like keep something that is pulling this much out of the earth and just like the only way to keep the machine moving is to like keep grinding people beneath it. And now that that's not really an option anymore, I feel like the stagnation and like the technological stagnation, and then also like the well, cultural stagnation, definitely, because they believe that like their holy empress is like gone now, and she's gonna come back, but you know that's not right now. That would kind of have like a psychic resonance throughout like their whole entire culture of like, we can't really progress any further than where we were, because everything that we were left, it almost kind of like in the way that they view tech in 40k, like, what are you talking about? This is perfect. This was given to us by the fucking gods. Like, what you're gonna advance on the gods' designs? What are you, a fucking heretic? Like, it would be very much staunchly like, we have the tools to go further with all the iron that we have and all the natural resources at our disposal, but we won't. Like, it's heresy to do something like that. Blasphemy, tantamount to big bad stuff.
Did you say heresy?
Heresy!
You dare question the words of the mighty Timmy?
I'm gonna say technological and cultural stagnation as a result of the psychic backlash of their god, the Empress god, going away. They have the tools to continue advancement. However, it is considered blasphemous to do so. Yay! Alright. Well, that was 3 rounds for each of us. Is there anything else that you guys want to add on before we move on to the group round, you guys?
Well, we're talking technology, right?
Yeah.
What torture implements?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some of those.
Derek doesn't want to get into the what's it
That
called?
would
The head
definitely
screw.
break TOS, yeah.
Let me just tell you, I've done some research on those things, and there's some fucked up shit.
Oh yeah, if you want to ever like go down a really dark rabbit hole, just like look up the Spanish Inquisition, like check out like medieval torture methods and shit. Like, it's real dark.
Look up the Spanish boot. Look up the Spanish boot. That's one that's.
Alternatively, don't.
Oh yeah, well yeah, you could.
Yeah,
You could also
don't
not.
do that. It's okay. You don't need to know certain. You don't need to know everything.
Some things, like we said earlier, it's like eldritch knowledge. You don't, if you know it, it's gonna scar you, you know, and you're gonna have to carry that weight.
Right.
What's funny about torture?
Ignorance is bliss.
Well, true. What's funny about like Spanish torture implements or like torture implements? Half of them have Spanish in front of them.
They really wanted to market that. Like they were like, "Hey, we came up with this.
Like we found a way to torture people.
It's patented Spanish Inquisition material right here. If you're gonna use it, let's put some respect on it."
Spanish ink to you.
All right, so nothing else to add on to our respective things, unless
Okay.
Will, did you have anything else that you had?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm all set.
All right, let's move on to the group. So, how are we going to rally around and make something that's present throughout the entire setting that is related to technology, but strength, courage, energy, power, the defending of just causes, and the defeat of evil is also present in its aesthetic and functionality.
Well, remember that traveling group of like crusaders that we came up with? Strength, courage, energy, power, defending of just causes, defeat of evil. What kind of technology would they have?
Okay.
That'd be a good group thing because we haven't really settled on like these guys being from any particular region, and I think that'd be interesting if they were also like part of like a group collaborative thing.
Yeah.
What if they're like exiles from all the other clans like come together and like we can figure out a way to like fix the world like we already talked about. They are dead set on fixing everything and by any means necessary. But I think that they wouldn't have the same staunch what's the word I'm looking for, resistance to progress, even if it's like an Iron Mage, you know what I mean? Like they'd be like, well, by any means, right?
Yeah, they're like the Roma of the Europe, and also the Tinkers of Ireland. You know, they're a wandering group, but they're not. You know, they're very open-minded. They're very colorful people with a lot of different cultural influences, and they're just a melting pot. You know. So I'd imagine these people be very similar. They'd have a lot of different values, but they've come together and they've learned to sort of accept each other's differences, and that's what makes them stronger. Or they don't, and they kill each other. We are in a grimdark setting, after all. So.
Very true.
That's true. That's fair. That's fair. I do like that idea, though, is that they are comprised of kind of a little bit of everything. They come together and kind of meld their ideas together in order to survive and change the world. I like that.
Yeah, it's romantic in the literary sense.
You need some little sliver of light, even if it's kind of shrouded in dark, right?
Oh yeah, I mean,
like they're still not necessarily like. I mean, you still call them when you think that like a whole city or whole village needs to be burned down, right? Like, there's still these scary boogeymen figures, but like, ultimately they are still doing the right thing. That it does kind of take that. If the village is corrupted with the plague, that is kind of what it fucking takes. You can't make any quarter. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's very much like the Romani. The Romani were sort of feared for the reason that, and I know all about all the stereotypes that people have slapped on Romani in fantasy literature. I do not do that. The Romani were feared and mostly for the fact that they thought that when these people came through, they'd come and mess up our cultures or like take away from our culture, you know, and try to drag other people away from here. When in reality, that wasn't the case at all. The Roma had the very difficult task of public executions. very often in Eastern Europe, they would have the Roma do it. They'd wait for a group of nomadic Roma or Romani to come through, and they'd be like, okay, since if you want to stay in this area, you have to help us out. Do the public execution, because none of our people want to execute one of our own.
Bro, that's so dirty. Oh my god. Have some
Yeah.
fucking huevos, dude.
Yeah, like I did a lot of
That is
research.
so fucked.
It is fucked, because I was doing a lot of research for my setting, because I wasn't going to have the same issue that the Vistani did in Curse of Strahd. I wanted to know exactly what went on with the Romani, and they were very much done dirty. And most people don't even know this. The Romani originate from India.
No shit.
I'm serious. The Roma people are from India.
That's cool.
So yeah, they're just a traveling group of people from India, and now every white person in existence claims to be a Roma or a Romani. It's like, no, you're not. But yeah, that was a very common thing for nomads to be like, or nomadic people to be like, okay, well, you're going to be here for like a few days, so why don't you do it? Because you're not going to be around. People aren't going to look at you differently. That whole thing, it's weird. Executions are a weird thing. I know way too much about medieval crime and punishment, but Eastern Europe, they would wear hoods, or they would have the Roma do it. Central Europe and Western Europe, like Britain, you were proud to be an executioner. Executioner was a job that was handed down to you, like a tanner or a blacksmith. So, like, they wouldn't wear hoods. People just knew, like, oh, he's the executioner. You know, he's the executioner's son. He's good people. It was weird. It was like a proud job to have. It's like, oh yeah, he cuts people's heads off, or he hangs people. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how different it is, like from just one part of Europe to the next. But I'm sure they had the Irish Tingers do something very similar. But you know, any group of nomadic people that travel around and show people their culture, they've been treated like trash, historically speaking.
Cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Will, what are you thinking about it?
Honestly, don't really have much to to say or add to that.
Cool. Very cool. Okay. JJ?
Well, I was expecting you to say something. I could stop.
Give me some fucking gravity from Red's harsh browns, man. Like fucking. Well, you didn't expect Red to give a history lesson? Sheesh.
Yeah, no. I mean, he was spitting some mad history in there, and I was like, oh my god.
This gamer's spitting, dude.
This man's spitting straight facts.
Okay. Yeah, so I do like... Yeah, okay. So we were talking about... You posed the question, what type of technology would they have? And I think that we said that they would be kind of from all over the place, so they would each have whatever regional technology that we talked about earlier would be like incorporated into their little group. So I'm wondering if, like, for example, they would kind of be like, I guess, sharing all of these secrets, like of their different type of the technology. Like I'm thinking specifically about when I was talking about the obsidian and how, like, it's like, you know, kind of something that's like heavily guarded. But if there was somebody to be part of that group from that particular region, then they would obviously, I would assume, share the secrets of their technology with whoever, you know, this little group is. Which I guess could be good or bad, depending on if somebody in the group, like, betrays them.
Well, that would have pretty serious implications, though, right? Because, like, if they were able, if they had somebody that's a part of that group that's able to, like, you know, mess with obsidian still and actually knows how to do it and may even have some memory of how to do it in their soul, they could potentially, like, transverse the dead city from last session, the place at the center of everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking sick. I like that.
That'd make them a very interesting faction. Like, just having the innate ability to, like, go through a place and know, literally walk through the Valley of Death. It's an interesting concept.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that would be something that would probably help them in their journey of, like, trying to make everything right. You know, and proper.
Oh, yeah.
And proper.
And proper. Proper.
I'm also thinking the Jewish were also a very nomadic group of people, oftentimes.
Yeah,
especially in early age.
for a while.
Yeah, like post
Post
like
Egypt.
early civil. Yeah, like post early civilization. Let me. Sorry, I'm like formulating thoughts here.
Oh no, you're good. Very cool.
I don't want to go off on too many historical tangents, so I'll stop myself before I get started.
Well, that's good because we are about at the end of our time.
Yeah. I was gonna go on an entire tangent about Egypt. I'm like, no.
Well, I think that we are about there. It's about 8:45, so I think that's gonna pretty much wrap us for this old session. Let's go through shout-outs, but before we do that, shout-outs to JJ. Thank you for all the support, all the fucking, like, you're always in the streams, you're always in chat, you're gifting subs and shit, dude. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, man. Thank you so much. Your support really means the world to me. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you. I know all the other homies appreciate it as well, so thank you.
Hell yeah.
Yay.
But shout-outs. Will, you want to start us off?
Yeah. I always start everything off, so I guess I'll just start this off too.
Oh, boo-hoo.
My name's Will. I start things, and I rarely finish them.
That's a
ADHD. Big mood. But I am going to be finishing some things, including a digital convention called DICE, Digital Indie Creators Expo. It's going to be amazing.
Hell yeah.
We on a day on Friday we are playing Barbaria by Ethan Reynolds, and that's going to be our first game, our first charity stream. Leading up to DICE, there's going to be a bunch of them, so we're going to do them every couple weeks or so leading up to the event in November, to raise awareness for the event and also to raise some money for some charities. We're doing Trevor's project this time.
Let's go.
So yeah, it's going to be a great time. I mean, when you have the creator of the game GMing it for you, you know it's going to be good. So
Absolutely, dude. That's awesome.
yeah, that's really all I wanted to do. I mean, yeah.
Yes, they are. Better be.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Will's commissions are open, people. Everything through your Ko-Fi.
Everything is now through my Ko-Fi. Everything is on there. I do need to get my content updated and on there, which I obviously will do very soon. But anyway that you can support me, it's all in one place on my Ko-Fi. If you want to do subscription style to get some maps, if you want to just toss me a coffee, if you want to see what I'm working on or get a commission, yeah, it's all there. So if you want a GM session, I will GM a session for you. It's real simple, $50 for 5 hours. It's really cheap.
That's a good rate.
Really good.
That's really cheap for entertainment. So that's on there as well. So pretty much anything that I could do, it's all on there. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Mad respect.
Awesome. Well, make sure you check out Will's shit, commission him, support him in other ways that you find, because if you can support Will, he deserves it. And we love you, dude.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you.
Thanks,
man.
Red. That's my Twitter.
Yes,
Thanks.
that is your
Thanks.
good observation. That is your Twitter.
Thanks, everybody. Okay.
Red, what's up, man? What's good in your hood?
Oh, hello. I'm Red, one of the 3 primary colors. I am now an author.
Woo!
A published author.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm writing. I wrote 1 book. That's probably the last you'll see of a book from me until November, and then some. So, looking at pre-orders right now, and I'm going to pressure people into pre-ordering, of course. I'm up to 4 pre-orders. Hell
All 4
yeah.
of them are me, under different aliases.
Don't tell them that.
I'm just kidding. I only pre-ordered it once. But you should too, if you can.
There's the link. Look at me, advertising myself.
Hey.
Woo. I'm also a voice actor. If you want me to do a silly voice for your advertisements, I can do that. If you want me to write something in your universe, I can do that too. If you want me to dance, probably not. There's many things I can do.
That's the OnlyFans. Yeah.
That's the OnlyFans. True. You ever heard of Nikado? Never mind.
Oh, no.
So.
Oh no.
Anyway, yeah, you can find me at VA Redemption on Twitter. I post random memes every now and then. I post a lot of my studies, like my art studies, just random thoughts that I have every now and then, blah, blah, blah. If you want to just talk, feel free to just hit me up. Also, my Discord server is open. I haven't been advertising it very much because I'm lazy. So I'll post a link to that if you want to be in there. If you aren't already in there, please hop on in, say hello to everybody, get yourself acquainted. And yeah, that's what's going on my side of the world.
Sweet. Well, thank you. Much appreciated, dude. Much appreciated to both my co-hosts. I love you guys. I'm super excited to do the show with you guys each week, and I'm really appreciative that y'all do it with me. But more importantly, JJ, what's going on in your neck of the woods? In the Everglades.
In Everglades. Hello, everybody. I am JJ, and I'm just here vibing. I don't have anything to promote in the TTRPG realm because I'm new here. I will say it has been.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't you stream and stuff? You can promote your streams.
Yeah, I mean, I stream. Sometimes I do cooking streams. Sometimes I'm playing Apex Legends, and yeah, that's what I do. But yeah, you guys should, support these wonderful content creators. So I am so happy to be on their show today. It has been quite an amazing week. Oh my god, yeah, today's Tuesday. Last Tuesday, I played my first TTRPG.
Let's go.
It was incredible. It was amazing.
What'd you play?
Then I was on. I played a halfway.
Nice, dude.
Nice.
We were on a ship adventure, and everybody was dead, and I had to figure out how to roll D20s and D8s and do maths, and it was fucking fantastic.
That's awesome.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was just a whole lot of fun. I'm not gonna say too much because I think he's gonna run that thing again. So in case anybody's out there watching. But Julian DM'd. Julian from Everyday Zero.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Julian's good too.
Yeah, Julian's great.
It was literally so much fun. Like me and all the other players had such a great time. We were laughing our asses off. It was really fun. It was a really fun way to ease into this TTRPG space. It was really great.
That's good. I'm so glad to hear that you enjoyed it, man.
Yeah,
it was literally so much fun, and I was like, yes, I finally get to play.
Hell yeah.
It was great. And then I was on Writer's Block with Red. Red, I don't know where Red is on. I think Red's down here. Where are you?
Somewhere around, I'm sure.
He's somewhere around here. And Omni, which was great. And now I get to be here with you guys. I love you guys. I'm always literally in all three of these three streams right here. I'm always.
We love you, dude.
Every time they go live, my ass is here. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, I do rate booties, chickadee.
You are an excellent booty reviewer, I must say.
Booty review.
The one time that all of these people from the TTRPG community were actually in my stream was when I was rating booties and Apex.
Yeah, I was in there. I wasn't impressed with most of them, I gotta say.
I'm trying to tell y'all, it was disappointing. I'm gonna have to talk to Respawn, whoever little creative team they got. I'm gonna have to talk to them because it was unsatisfactory.
Not a single one of the guys have cake, like at all.
Not a single one have cake, except for maybe Gibby, but Gibby's like a thick boy, but still, it's not enough.
He doesn't even have that great of an ass for being a thick boy.
That's what I'm saying. He's supposed to be a thick boy. It's supposed to be juicy, but no, it's not. It's lacking. They slacking. Respawn. I'm writing my letter, so you better read your emails because it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. But anyways, yeah. So that's done for me. Hi, I'm JJ. Follow me on Twitter. Love you. Yay.
Oh my god, you're a trip, dude. Well, thank you so much for being here, man. We sure appreciated it. You're an amazing guest. You can come back anytime. Thank you. Banger session, everybody. I feel like that was a really good one. We came in with some ideas, we executed, and I feel good about what we did here today.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Awesome.
good.
Well, you can find me tomorrow live right here, and the guy beneath me, and the guy that we're going to be raiding into in just a few minutes, playing some Dark Heresy, Path of Contrition, Session 1. Oh, I'm so fucking hyped. I cannot goddamn wait. It is going to be so much fucking fun to burn some goddamn heretics alive. Oh, I cannot fucking wait. It's going to be so good. So you don't want to miss that. And then also, I am probably not going to do Elden Ring stream on Thursday. I was going back and forth. I said I wasn't going to make any definitive call on it, but I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm feeling like tired in my bones and in my soul, so that means I need to take like probably Thursday and Friday off because I need to have all my faculties when we come back for Covet on Saturday. Let's fucking go. 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, Covet Syndicate. Oh, Dark Heresy tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Sunday, Irizumi with me and this guy over here, Will, playing some D4 Caltrop Core gameplay. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Andy is the GM for both Dark Heresy and Irizumi, so shout outs to Andy. Absolute Giga Chad. I don't even know how many fucking games he runs a week. It's probably like an absurd number, but he's a fucking Giga Chad, so shout outs to Andy. And yeah, then Curse of Strahd on Monday. So thank you to everybody for being here, everybody in the chat. I love you guys. I really appreciate y'all being here each time. We really means a lot to us. So stick around while we raid into new platinum content, make some noise, share some love, because we're going to be seeing them tomorrow, and we want to make sure that they feel welcome for the first full session 1. So bye everybody, I love you, and I will see you tomorrow at 5. Nope, I lied. It's at 5 p.m. It is not at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. It is at 5 p.m. Dark Heresy is at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. Good night, everybody.